Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to be continuing the Microsoft Plus on Windows 10 saga that we started a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, we're going to be adding a new installment to this video series. Today we're going to be taking a look at Microsoft Plus Digital Media Edition and trying to run that on Windows 10. So far we've taken a look at Windows 95 Plus or Microsoft Plus for Windows 95. Plus for Windows 98 and Plus for XP. But today, as I said, we're going to be trying out Plus Digital Media Edition, which was a special edition of Microsoft Plus that was released in addition to the Plus XP. Yes, this was actually made to run on Windows XP. And it, as you can probably tell by the name, has a focus on photos, videos, and music. So I actually did back in 2015 a dedicated, I believe it was like a two-part video that was probably like an hour or so long. On this, I took a very in-depth look at all of the features of it and just kind of how it ran under Windows XP. So if you want to see that and kind of learn more about this, you might want to go ahead and check out that video. It'll be up in the cards right now. But in today's video, we're going to be just trying to run this under Windows 10 and seeing how it behaves. Now, I am actually in the same virtual machine that I was in for the Plus XP on Windows 10 video, which is a 32-bit installation of Windows 10. Let's just jump into it. And yeah, we do still have the space theme applied from Plus XP. So we're going to hit yes here. And it looks like it's preparing to install. Now, I'm pretty certain that this is going to work, and I said that about something else previously, and it totally didn't work. But I just have a theory that this will work because, we got Plus XP to work, and that was older software than this. We're going to agree to the privacy statement. So I have reviewed and agreed to the privacy statement. And now it's actually telling us that in order to install some features, Plus Digital Media Edition requires Microsoft Windows Movie Maker 2. So let's actually see if this download link still works. I don't think this is something that we had happen in the previous video, like that one back in 2015. I was actually running it under Windows XP, obviously, and I believe it had Windows Media or Windows Movie Maker, whatever version that it's asking for here, already installed. So it's not a surprise Microsoft doesn't actually host it anymore. But let's see if we can actually pull this up through the Internet Archive Wayback Machine and see if they have this link archived, which it looks like they do. So we're going to go back to like 2005 here. We're going to let's pull up this snapshot right here and see if we can actually download the file. Yes, there are actually a lot of download links that sometimes will still work on the Wayback Machine if they have it archived. So yeah, this is what this website would have looked like. This one right here is for Windows Movie Maker 2.1. Download instructions is available for download with Service Pack 2. So yeah, let's see if we can go back even farther to, let's say, 2004 here. Let's pull up a archived snapshot of that. So now it just says Windows Movie Maker 2. But it looks like that, click Movie Maker. Okay, so this one actually looks like they actually have the download hosted. So click the Movie Maker 2 link in the top right corner of this page. Oh, here it is right here. Okay, so we want to get English and we hit go. And let's see if this actually... Dang it, so that is not going to work. It's displaying an error right there. Alright, well, never fear. I was able to actually just go on my host computer and I found a copy of Windows Movie Maker 2.0 right here. So we're going to just run this right here and see if it actually works. We're just going to go ahead and hit yes here. And it says Windows Movie Maker can only be installed on the Microsoft Windows XP operating system. So that is, let's see if we can just apply a compatibility filter here, or a compatibility layer. See if that fixes it. And there we go. Okay, so I was actually wondering about this ES at the very end here. I guess this is a Spanish version of this, but that should be fine. We'll just continue here. I wonder if you can change the language at all. So... Okay, finish. Windows Media Technologies can't run on Windows. So, well, we have it installed, so let's hit next here, and let's just install it to its default location. We want to make sure we get everything, which it looks like it has that here. Yeah, so it's got the effects and transitions for Movie Maker 2, which is, what it needed, obviously. Like, it had to have Movie Maker 2 installed so it could install that, so that is a good sign. We'll hit next and install. So this thing actually ran like, you know, the Plus Digital Media Edition setup ran without me having to apply any compatibility layer, so that is actually pretty awesome. Alright, so this is kind of what I was wondering if it was still going to do this, the Plus Activation Wizard. I had this same thing actually happen. If you guys have seen that previous video, that one from 2015 that I was talking about, I actually had to call Microsoft and go through the automated activation thing. Now, it was 2015, so Windows XP was out of support. But I actually had to do that to activate this. So let's see if it has me do that again. So I got to put in my product key here, which is on the back of the box. Okay, so it tried to activate there, and you can see that it says cannot complete the Plus activation. Microsoft Plus activation was not able to activate Plus Digital Media Edition for the following reason. And it's saying that this is most likely because, well, the activation servers for this are probably down. I think I had this exact same thing happen under that Windows XP VM that I tried a few years ago. So you see when it tries to connect there, that's when it actually causes problems. So, well, apparently we can just get past it and hit finish, and we have to restart our system. So let's see if after a restart, if it actually makes us go through that activation process again. Alright, so we're back. The VM has just rebooted here, and let's see if we go into the start menu. We should have a new, so up here under recently added, you see we've got the Tor Plus Digital Media Edition. We've got some I believe that the analog recorder, yeah, all this stuff looks to be, yep, we've got the Plus Dancer. Oh yes, we're going to try this out. I got a comment from, I think, some of you guys saying, bring back the Plus XP Dancer, so we're gonna do that here. We're going to try to run this Tor Plus Digital Media Edition here, and see if this, well, first of all, we're going to see if it needs us to activate, which it may or may not. So it's got this little video here, there's some sound playing in the background. Oh my gosh, that is the most, oh, okay. Well, immediately after the video ends, object doesn't support property or method begin element. So it's trying to load something. This is obviously through, there's like a embedded web page in here, because it says message from web page. So we'll just go ahead and skip that. I guess that's what was causing this message to come up. So the skip button isn't actually working, which kind of sucks. Okay, so that's the tour. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's actually try to just go through each of these programs here. So we're just going to start at the very top with the Plus alarm clock. Okay, so Plus Digital Media Edition requires the latest version of Windows Media Player. We do have the latest version of Windows Media Player, but not the version that it wants. Alright, so I went ahead and tracked down a copy of Windows Media Player 9. This is, again, if I go into properties here, this is digitally signed by Microsoft. The date is, let's see here, Wednesday, December 11th, 2002. So let's go ahead and run this here and see if this actually works. So we're going to go ahead and just let it do its thing here. So Windows 10 throws up this error saying Windows Media Technologies can't run on this computer. And I guess, did it just kill the entire setup? I think it literally did. It killed the entire setup. What the heck was that? So it looks like it's about to load, but then Windows 10's compatibility assistant comes up, and it basically blocks it from going any farther. It just says Windows Media Technologies can't run on Windows. Check for an updated version of this app. So I was looking online, and I found a guide on how to enable this, and it said, okay, go into services.msc, which I have right here, and find the Program Compatibility Assistance service and disable it. So I did that. So right now this is not running, it has been disabled, but this thing still happens. So then I found another guide that said, oh, you have to go into the group policy editor and make a, change there to basically force it to be disabled. Well, the problem is gpedit.msc, or group policy, is not in the home versions of Windows. This is usually a professional or like an enterprise feature, so it's not in the Windows 10 Home Edition. So when you try to launch gpedit.msc, Windows says that it can't find it. So then I went online and I found this program, or this batch script from Major Geeks, which is called gpedit enabler, and this claims to enable gpedit.msc, or the group policy editor, in Windows 10 Home. So the operation has completed successfully. We're going to press enter to continue, and now we should be able to run gpedit.msc. And there we go. So we now have access to the group policy editor. So now what we have to do is go into computer configuration. We need to find administrative templates, which is right here. We're going to expand this sidebar a little bit. And then we're going to go into Windows Components, and we're going to find Application Compatibility. And you see right here we have Turn Off Program Compatibility Assistant and Turn Off Application Compatibility Engine. So we're going to double click on this, and we're going to say Enabled. We want it to turn off the Program Compatibility Assistant. And then we're going to go into the Application Compatibility Engine and enable that as well, because we want to turn that off. So we're basically enabling the policy which is going to turn off the Application Compatibility Engine. So I'm actually just going to do a full restart here. So let's see if we can run. We're going to try this one on the left here, which, I mean, I'm pretty certain these are the exact same application. 9.66. Oh, this is actually 13.3 megabytes, so they are not exactly the same. But we'll just try to run this one on the left here, and see if it works. So it looks like it's actually... No? Okay, I thought it was going to do something there. So somehow this is still on. I think I found another method that might actually work. I found what appears to be an already extracted or installed copy of Windows Media Player 9, and we've got the setup file right here. So my guess is that this is what these two programs were trying to extract, but it just wasn't able to because the Program Compatibility Assistant kept blocking it. So we're going to run this setup WM file right here. Your version of Windows on this computer already contains a more recent version of Windows Media Player. So, I wonder what this original one here is, if it's the same thing. Yeah, so we have to figure out a way to uninstall Windows Media Player that's already on this computer. Alright, so I think I may have found a solution. What we've actually done is opened up Apps and Features right here. And if we go under Optional Features, what you can do is actually uninstall, or at least disable, Windows Media Player. So we can right here click on this and hit uninstall. Now what we can do is go into the WM9 folder that I have here and try to run the setup program, and we'll see if this works. There we go. So now it's actually going to let us go through this installation. So we'll hit I accept. We're not going to worry about creating a system restore point. We do want to continue. And here we go. Now, I didn't apply any compatibility layers to this. This just ran like right out of the box, basically. And there, wow, check that out. It has been a while since I've seen this old version of Media Player. So now, what we should be able to do is launch plus, or let's see. Basically, everything that we were trying to launch here was giving us an error. So now let's see if we run plus alarm clock. Check that out. It's actually, oh, this is coming up with the activation wizard. Let's see if activating plus over the telephone, if this actually still works. Let's go ahead, and we're in the United States here. Alright, so we're going to actually call this number here. I'm going to do this on Google Voice so you guys can actually hear the conversation, you know, pretty decently. I was trying it on my phone, but I didn't really think it was getting picked up very well on the microphone. So we're going to call this here.
Welcome to the Microsoft Product Activation Center. Para continuar en español, oprima 2.
Pour continuer en français, appuyez sur le 3.
Yeah, so they got Spanish and French on here. Check that out.
To help us improve the quality of our products, services, and training, this call may be recorded or monitored, and information collected on this call may be accessed by Microsoft affiliates, subsidiaries, and service providers internationally. To consent to recording or monitoring of this call, press 1. Or to continue without recording or monitoring, press 2.
We're going to press 2.
Thank you. This call will not be recorded or monitored.
Okay, thank you.
For security purposes, please enter the following number on your phone's touchtone pad. 398.
398, okay.
Thank you. Welcome to Microsoft Product Activation. Now, which kind of product would you like to activate?
Gosh.
Please say Windows, Office, or say it's something else.
It's something else. I guarantee this is not going to be one of these options.
Okay, then which are you calling about? Say, remote desktop server, small business server, other business product, or say it's something else.
It's something else. There's no way this is going to be on here.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
It's
Which
something else.
All right, something else. Are you at your computer with the activation screen open? Please say yes or no.
Yes.
To reduce your effort, we can activate your product using a smartphone display instead of our audio self-help system. To get started, I'll need to send a text message to a smartphone. Carrier text and data rates may apply. Now, would you like to give me a smartphone number so that you can use that phone to activate your product? Say yes or no.
No.
All right.
We want to
let's
use the
continue
audio
with voice activation.
prompts.
Okay, now take a look at your screen. I'll ask you to tell me the installation ID. The installation ID is a long number broken into several groups. I'll ask you for one group at a time. Please say or enter the digits in group 1. Great. Group 2. Okay, now group 3. And now, group 4. All right, group 5. Okay, now group 6. All right, group 7. Okay, now group 8. All right, and finally, what's the last group? Got it, thanks. One moment, please, while I look that up.
Okay.
Verified.
Oh my gosh.
Now I will read the confirmation ID. You will need to use your keyboard to enter it in the empty blocks you see near the bottom of your activation window. As I read each 6-digit group, I'll say which block it goes in. Now use your mouse and position your cursor in block A. Once I've read the entire confirmation ID back, you'll have the chance to hear it again. You can also say repeat to hear that block again. Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Block A is 085926. Block B is 954724. Block C is 891572. Block D is 020683. Block E is 944471. Block F is 273625. Block G is 572675. To return to the very first block, say start over. If you've finished entering the digits for all of the blocks...
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I just ended the call. That actually still worked. Are you kidding me? That... Okay, so I should like split this up and like put it into its own video. I mean, I literally just activated... This software is from 2003, and I just activated it over the phone in 2019 with Microsoft, and it actually still worked. But check that out. Okay, now we can actually take a look at all the software. So here is the plus alarm clock. Let's go ahead and just create an alarm here. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not really going to go through and like go an in-depth look at all these programs. That's not really what this video is about. It's just to see if we can actually get these programs to work under Windows 10, and especially, you know, considering that I've spent so long trying to get this to work, probably not going to spend so much time on like all of them, because you guys can just go and watch that other video if you would like to see a more in-depth look at how, you know, all these programs actually work and what features that they provide. So the alarm clock works, the plus analog recorder, for for some reason is bringing up the same activation thing. That's kind of strange because we just activated. I wonder if we can run it as an admin. Okay, so I guess you have to run all these programs as an administrator because it has to verify if it's activated. So the plus analog recorder, I mean, all of these so far are working without me actually, you know, applying a compatibility layer. So this is basically an audio recorder. You can also see that Windows 10 comes up and says plus analog recorder is using your microphone. Next up is the audio converter. This is actually a feature that was in the standard plus XP. So we've got this MP3 file on the desktop right here. We can just hit next here, and yes, we can actually start the conversion. I definitely want to get to the plus dancer, but let's try out the CD label maker. This one might actually oh yeah, this is the one that also crashed. That did the exact same thing in Plus XP. I think there was the CD label maker that literally crashed. That is interesting. Yeah, that also crashes in Plus Digital Media Edition as well. I do want to try the Plus Dancer. This is something that I had a couple of you guys comment about wanting to see this. Oh my gosh, it actually still works. So, okay, so it's got this error because there's no like song playing in, or it says it was unable to detect audio. We don't want it to dance only when music plays. We want it to dance all the time. So there we go. So here's our plus dancer. We're just gonna, you know, leave this running. This thing does still work. We'll just go ahead and leave it right here. Moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at, okay, plus party mode for Windows Media Player. And run this as an admin here. This is actually pretty cool because, and I did touch on this in that more in-depth video, this actually kind of converts your computer into like a jukebox, basically, where it kind of has this whole interface that it takes up. So we can hit start party right here, and it literally, you know, takes up your entire computer's interface with a, you know, a Windows Media Player window right here. And it does actually still work, and this is where you could add like multiple playlists. Yeah, just kind of imagine this with, you know, like mainstream music and just kind of having this at like a party or something back in 2003. So we'll just go ahead and stop the party here, and unfortunately, yes, the party is over, so we'll go ahead and quit out of that. So yeah, that is the plus jukebox, basically, the plus party mode for Windows Media Player. Next up is Plus Photo Story. This is basically, it kind of has more to do with video and photos. This kind of allows you to create a story, so you can kind of import some pictures here, and it basically allows you to create a little slideshow, you know, basically like a little movie here with your, you know, photos that you could, you know, share with friends and family. But the program actually launches on Windows 10, which is definitely pretty awesome. So the only one that hasn't launched so far is the CD label maker, which was exactly the same way, like I said, in the original version of Plus XP. Plus Sync and Go will run this as an admin, and this actually requires active sync. And this is a feature with a Pocket PC, so we're not really going to get into this now because I don't really have a way of actually demonstrating it. But yeah, this is something that you would need to have like a Microsoft, you know, Pocket PC compatible device, and this would kind of allow you to sync data between your Pocket PC and Windows. But overall, guys, I am definitely very impressed. It is super cool that we were able to get this to work. It definitely took much longer than I thought it was going to, and you see how I said earlier in this video that I think this is going to work no problem. And look at this, we had to go through this super long process of, you know, figuring out how to get the old version of Windows Media Player installed, how to activate this over the frickin' phone in 2019, which is amazing. I'm literally probably going to split that up into its own video because that is just amazing. But we did get it working. This audio recording's been going on for an hour, but this video is probably not going to be that long because there's a decent amount of stuff that I have to cut out. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below and turn on those channel notifications if you haven't already to get notified whenever that I upload a new video, which I do every single week on this channel. And if you guys have any comments, any questions, or even video suggestions of your own, be sure to leave those down in the comments below. They definitely do help, and I always enjoy reading what you guys have to say. And as always, I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.